everyone, and welcome to an all-new episode of Classically Trained Under the Red Scope! That was good. Well, guys, this is a mega giant episode that combines 2 full weeks of goodies that I've purchased. And the reason why it's a combined show is because Halloween was the previous week, and I spent all my time creating and editing my video for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed my costume reveal. Of course, I was Sage Mode Naruto, and it was one of my favorite costumes, one of my favorite pieces to do, and I wanted to go out with a bang and do an awesome video. Now, today on the show, like I said, it is a 2-part episode, so basically 2 weeks combined into one epic episode. And if you guys haven't noticed, it is already the winter time, as you can see right behind me. It is getting so close to Christmas. My birthday is coming up this coming Monday, November 18th. It's insane. So many years have passed by already, and I don't regret a thing. Let's get into some of the awesome stuff that I got this week, and it's pretty much a collaboration of lots of things this week. I got some new games, I got some new movies, I got some other cool stuff, and this episode is heavy on pop figures, so if you like pop figures, then you know that you should be watching me and Classically Trained. So let's get on with today's episode, and first up, I'm going to show you some awesome manga that I got. I got 2 new manga books. If you guys don't know what manga is, it's Japanese, pretty much Japanese comic books that are drawn in a very awesome art style. I'm a huge anime guy, as you guys know, me being Naruto for Halloween. So I got 2. I got this awesome one that actually a friend got it for me, and it's called Replica, and this is volume 1. I don't know anything about this anime, or about this manga I should say. I don't think it was ever released as anime, so I got that. And I also got a very cool one. It's this one right here, and it's called Pandora Hearts. Now, I don't know anything about this. This is the first volume, and I really love buying first volumes of stuff to just see if I like it. And, for $3.99, it's not as bad. Next up, I am going to go through my awesome pop haul for you guys, and there's some very amazing ones. This past weekend, it was the London Toys Collectible Show, and I attended with my best friend Yanni. We had our own booth where we sold all our Funko Pops, and I got some new ones. I wasn't supposed to buy new ones, but I found ones that I've been looking for all over the place, and I spent years looking for them. I originally had one of them, but there was 3 different variants, and I can finally say I have all of them, and that is the Phantom. Now, the Phantom is my favorite comic book hero outside of Batman. Batman will always be in my first place, but the Phantom was always my second place favorite hero. It's about a guy who has no superpowers, it's one of those things where I love heroes' powers, but basically it's a father who passes it down to his son, and so on, and it makes it look like he's been alive for over 100 years, and people just assume that he's a ghost who walks. If you guys have not read the comics, I suggest you should. There's 2 live-action movies. One was a TV movie, which was a current, not really current, in 2009, I should say, which is a very amazing movie. It's a 2-parter, and then there was the movie with Billy Zane, which is one of my favorites. But as you can see, I got the gray variant, which is 80 years that this character has been created as one of the first comic book superheroes basically in a costume. And the reason why there's so many different ones is because originally the Phantom was not supposed to be purple. He was supposed to be red, which comes to the next one right here. So there was a problem with ink, and it mixed blue with red and created purple, which is the one pop figure that I had, the original. Next up is another one, and it is blue. Now this is another variant of it, where the Phantom, there were some Phantom comic strips that were painted in blue, which completes my Phantom collection. There's only 4, like I said, in the collection, and I've spent years looking for them ever since I found out that there was color variants of the Phantom. Next up, there was I got a few other cool pop figures, and next up is 007. Now, I'm a huge 007 fan, not of the originals because I can't stand them, but of Daniel Craig. When Daniel Craig came into it, that was James Bond. I love realistic James Bond, and his set of 4 movies are incredible. Of course, my favorite so far is Casino Royale, which is exactly what this one is from, because Casino Royale was the best Bond film ever created. And if I was going to catalog which ones are my favorites, I would say Casino Royale takes first, then Spectre, then then Quantum of Solace, and then I would have to say Skyfall. I don't like Skyfall as much. I don't care for the story. I find it a little slow at times. And I really do love Quantum of Solace, even though it was during the writer's strike and they had to do it as they went. But it doesn't bother me. And that's where I got this awesome pop figure from Quantum of Solace. I just love it. I love how he's holding his gun. And it's absolutely amazing. I'm so happy that they brought out the Daniel Craig pop figures. And next up is this specialty exclusive. And this one is Bond from Spectre. As you can see, he's wearing his white coat. And of course, his trademark gun. Another awesome collector's item. And then I also got Le Chiffre. Now, Le Chiffre is the bad guy of Casino Royale, which is why I wanted him. I'm going to make a display, not that I'm going to make a display of Bond, and it's just going to be all Daniel Craig's films with my awesome pop figures put together. I love doing that, so I'm going to do that for that. Next up, I got another horror pop figure, because I want to do another collector's display, and that is Pennywise holding a balloon that says, "I love dairy." Now, this is amazing because I always wanted one. I have one for the original movie, and now I have one for part 2. And when it comes out to Blu-ray, hopefully it comes in a combined package so I can put them on the shelf. That takes care of all my pop figures for this episode. But next up, might as well go into a couple of action figures. Now, I got a cool set of action figures from my friend Thor, who is my co-host of Retro Revival. Hopefully you guys are watching me every Saturday night, where me and Thor play retro video games, and you get to vote for either Team Danny or Team Thor. But you're always going to choose Team Danny, because that's the best there is. Make sure you choose Team Danny every week. See my thumbs up? Yeah. And I got a whole bunch of these. And they're DC collectible toys, and as you can see, they're all pretty much Teen Titans and a Batman Beyond. And now Teen Titans are my favorite. I love Titans, the series. It's probably my favorite show of all time. And I really wanted to get these toys, and I'm going to build a little display of them, kind of like a comic book cover. Next up, I did get another thing that I really loved, and it's from a game that I really love that I think it should have got more attention, and I think parents are the reason to blame for this, is because they didn't want to buy certain toys for it. And the game I'm talking about is Starlink Battle for Atlas, which is a toys come to life kind of game, and you would buy spaceships and you would travel the galaxy, interchanging weapons, interchanging the characters. And the really cool thing is that the Switch version was Star Fox. You got to fly the Arrowwing. And I really love this game, and I wanted to collect all the spaceships. There's one I need to get because it's part of the starter pack for the PS4, but this is such an awesome game that I think people kind of just threw in the dust, and it's kind of sad that this game didn't get more recognition. You can buy the ships and digitally, which I think is a waste of time. The best thing about this game is buying the toys and getting to interchange them. I'm a huge toy collector, so that is probably one of my favorite things to do. And this game is so much better than Skylanders. If you guys are just thinking about the game, Starlink Battle for Atlas is a completely mature, fun exploration space game ever created. and hopefully you guys have tried it for yourself. If not, you can actually find these pretty cheap. I got this one for $12 clearance at Toys R Us, so really happy I did, because the previous week I was going to buy it, but it was priced at $19, and I waited for this week. I got it for $12, so that is amazing. Next up, we're going to talk about some awesome movies, and I got a lot of awesome movies. One being this one movie that I have searched for countlessly on DVD, but they do not make it on DVD anymore, and if I do purchase it, I'm looking at over $100 and something, and it is, I did get Aladdin King of Thieves. Now, this is the third installment to the Aladdin series. I love the Aladdin movies. I need to get the second one. I don't have that one. But Aladdin is a fun, an awesome movie. Probably one of my favorite Disney movies. And I like this one a lot because you get to meet Aladdin's father. Him and Jasmine get married. And it is not as good as the original, but it's still very, very good. And it is one that you should see. Next up, I did get Full of It. Now, Full of It is freaking hilarious. I can tell you right now, I'm not a huge humor, comedy style guy. It takes a lot for me to love a movie. And this one is just something that every kid wishes, I guess. And basically it's about a guy who moves to a new school and is bullied because he's short. And the only way he thinks that he can make friends is if by lying. Long day at work. So he tells lies, and then the next day, his lies become reality, and it is hilarious. I didn't even know this movie existed. I found it at a thrift store, and I'm so happy I purchased it because I think I never laughed as hard as I did with this movie. Next up, I got The Internship. Now, The Internship is another comedy movie, but I do like Owen Wilson. I think he's a pretty awesome guy. I'm not a huge Vince Vaughn fan, but this one I can tolerate. He's not too bad in it. And it's just another fun movie where they go and they get jobs at Google, and they have no history of coding or anything, and they're basically the interns. And it's one of those fun movies to watch. It's not the greatest movie, but it's fun, and I liked it. Next up, I got another movie called Blame. Now, Blame is, how do I put it? Blame is like, it's very hard to say. I want to say it's kind of like a suspenseful movie, kind of romance in a way. Basically, it's about a girl who gets the attention from her teacher, and she kind of has feelings for him, though he's the one that provokes those feelings. And there's another student who she is the complete opposite, where she hates this girl for no reason and just wants the teacher's attention, and she gets so angry that he gives the attention to the other girl. She tries to find a way to make the other one's life a living hell. And it's one of those movies where I really enjoy. I like all those types of movies, but this cast and this story was actually really, really well done. Found this at Luigis. And the best thing about it is that this movie is a newer release, and I got it for $3.99, so I'm happy about that. Next up, I got Phantasm. Now, Phantasm is an 80s horror movie, which I actually have not seen all of it. I've seen one of the Phantasms, but I don't remember which one. So can't really tell you much about it. All I know is that it's a horror movie, it's scary, or kind of scary, and I'm going to watch it sometime soon. Next up, I got another one of my favorite movies. Now, this is based on a real-life person, and she is the hottest WWE superstar ever, and it is Paige. Now, Paige is an awesome WWE wrestler who came and created the Diva Revolution, basically. And this movie is her life story of how she was selected to come to WWE. And it's sad to see how how she went through to be the person that she is now. Of course, now she's retired due to an injury, but it's sad because she was one of my favorites. And this movie is funny. It's a drama. It's really, really awesome. I really like this movie. And you get all the cameos by different wrestlers. Of course, The Rock is in it. But yeah, it is a very awesome movie, and I think you guys should check it out if you haven't seen it. It's reviewed very well, so hopefully you guys can check it out. Next up, I got a new vinyl record. As you can see right here, this is a collaboration of different artists, and of course one of them being Duran Duran. I'm a huge Duran Duran fan, and I love 80s music, so I got this because I want to hear the other ones. And there's a lot of 80s stars that I have not heard yet, so this is going to be my entranceway to different bands. But yeah, I'm very happy I got this one for $1. Who's going to complain for $1? Next up, I got some holiday-themed sweaters. Yes, like I said, we are closing in onto Christmas, and I needed a new awesome holiday sweater, and I got this bad boy, which is Nintendo 64. Now, I love Nintendo 64. I always thought it was better than PlayStation. I couldn't stand PlayStation. I can't stand PlayStation. But, there's some games that I have to play on PlayStation because they never released for a Nintendo system. But Nintendo 64 was where it was at. And so I got that. So sorry. And next up is this one of Super Mario, and of course it's not a holiday sweater, but it's a holiday t-shirt, which I love because if I don't want to wear a holiday sweater, I can have this awesome t-shirt, and who doesn't love Mario? So picked it up, $12, and I'm a guy who doesn't spend much on clothing. For me, my money goes towards gaming and collectibles. I just don't see the point of spending a huge fortune on clothing, so I got that. Next up, we're going to get deep and dirty into some awesome new games. Now, I told you I got some awesome games this past 2 weeks for you guys. And, I love video games. I love all the stuff. I love going retro. I love getting new release games. And there was one new release game that came out this week. But before I get to it, I'm going to show you the old ones because I was saving that one for last because it was my favorite game of all time. But this one is another one I picked up. It is Sonic Team Racing, or Team Sonic Racing, if you want to do it that way, for the Nintendo Switch. Now this is pretty much a copy of Mario Kart, only Sonic and Sonic characters, which I love Sonic. And if you haven't seen the new trailer and the new design Sonic, make sure you guys watch that. It is finally out. We have actual Sonic that looks like Sonic the Hedgehog, and I think the movie is going to be pretty awesome. But back to this awesome game that's playing here in the background. Like I said, it's basically a copy of Mario Kart. It's a racer, and everyone's driving cars. And, it's a fun game. I got it for $24. Got a great deal from my best friend Jake at Jungle Video, Michael plays, so thank you for that. And I'm so happy I got it. It's another game to add to my giant, ever-growing Nintendo Switch collection. Next up is one game that I didn't mind spending $79 for because it is mint. Well, not really mint, but it is close to mint. It is a game that I always wanted. I sold it when I was young. I regret it to this day, and it is Pokemon Silver. Now, Pokemon Silver was the best Pokemon game, I don't care what anybody says. It's the best Pokemon game, the best Pokemon generation, the best starter Pokemon ever, and the best legendary Pokemon ever. But yeah, this is a game that I sought after to have complete in box. I picked it up at my Microplay store. So happy that I finally got it. I did some trades for free, and I just let the footage talk for itself because it is gold. I love you. So beautiful. Awesome game. Next up is GoldenEye 007, classic Nintendo 64 game that was the creator of split-screen multiplayer that to this day is gone. Thank you, Microsoft, thank you, Sony, for destroying that all. but I finally got a complete inbox 007 game, and this is the gold edition. Basically, it's the player's guide edition, where it's the top selling game, and you got it for discount price. But GoldenEye is one of my favorite N64 games of all time, one of my most played N64 games of all time. I remember playing this every birthday. We would get together, and we would have so much fun. My thing was throwing proxy mines in the walls, waiting for my friend or my cousin or my brother or whatever to go into a room and blow the shit out of them. Still fun to this day. I still play it to this day. I love my N64. Next up is Nightmare Creatures. Now, I haven't had a Nightmare Creatures game in a long time. I was planning to do it for an episode of Retro Revival. The only trouble is we weren't able to stream it, but I finally got it now. It's on the N64, and this was, an Activision game. First game was Activision, second game was Konami, which a lot of people probably don't know. But I wanted to get this game because Nightmare Creatures is an awesome game that I remember, and it's one of those games that is so fun to play. And to this day, I'm still trying to beat the game. I don't think I've ever beaten the game. It gets pretty hard, but it's lots of fun. Next up, I've got Defender for the Atari 2600. Now I just started collecting for the 2600, and I got a couple of games, and this one is added to the list. I haven't played it yet, so I can't really tell you much. I'll just let the video show you exactly what the game is about. But I love my 2600, very basic. The games were always very fun and basic, and it's just a great time when you can just sit back and enjoy these games. Next up is the game I can finally talk about, the game that I waited years for, and it is Luigi's Mansion 3. Now, Luigi's Mansion 3 released on Halloween Day, and I picked it up that morning with an awesome free poster, and all I can say is, God, I love this game. God, I love this game to pieces. Luigi's Mansion 3, the Luigi's Mansion franchise, basically, is a Ghostbusters / Mario ripoff that is so well done, so entertaining, that to me, I find is 100 times better than Super Mario Odyssey. I know that's hard to say. I know people won't believe the words coming out of my mouth. Luigi's Mansion 3 is a completely better game. The thing that I think about with Super Mario Odyssey, it is too open. I don't want a Mario game that open. The biggest open Mario game that I care about is Super Mario Sunshine, which I wish to God they would make a sequel to. But Luigi's Mansion 3 takes place in a haunted hotel where you, Peach, and Mario and Toad are taken to the hotel. You guys have won this trip, and once you get there, Luigi starts feeling weird. He falls asleep, wakes up the next day, and everything is completely dead and destroyed. And Luigi knows there's something up. Mario's missing, Peach is missing, and so are the Toads. So your job is to clear every floor, and you're problem solving. You're going back and just collecting items, money. Everything's damageable. The lighting's amazing in this game. The effects are amazing in this game. The story is so fun, and everything about this game just makes me want to go and play it some more, which I think I will right now. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And, I'll have more awesome stuff in the coming week for you. So thank you guys so much. See ya.